news, and we are coming to you live in direct as usual. We always give you what will be trending. And like what they say, in one picture, there is a lot, all of story. You can actually say something out of just a picture. A picture can, even at school, we used to get a picture. People will give us a picture. They say, our teachers used to give us pictures, say, okay, write an essay based on this picture. You write everything about that. Even a flag, a Zimbabwean flag can be put there, and then you are said, write something about Zimbabwe. So you can come up with factors like Zimbabwe is a beautiful country. Zimbabwe is in this Sadak region. President of Zimbabwe is Robert Gabriel Mugabe. That was back then, okay? So a lot can be said on just one picture. Thousands of information can be said on a picture. So in this particular picture here, we are seeing Honorable Scott, very vibrant, popular businessman, and also he's also a member of parliament for Mavuku. He's the owner of Scotland Football Club, and he is a member of parliament. So he was seen here with Dr. Kwashi Tagwirei, the founder and CEO of Sakunda Holdings, that's in Zimbabwe, together with Collins Mnangagwa, the son of the Republic of Zimbabwe President Emerson Mnangagwa. So this picture was taken recently at a function to commemorate Zimbabwe's Defense Forces, which was held at Rufaro Stadium yesterday. So on this picture, I can actually tell the connection between these guys, and in as much as people can come up with theories, they can say this and that about Kwasi Tagwirei. Some are actually saying a lot about the terms Uganda, but and if you analyze this picture properly, you can actually tell that these guys, there was this other statement that was said recently about Uganda. Some were actually saying, Anzi Wakashibata Kutijwi. That was another one, Wikne Ochivayo. He was another person who also said those statements. But on this particular picture, that's where we want to focus more on, with recent stories about Kwasi Tagwirei being, rebooked in the Central Committee. What does this picture actually say? Because at the end of the day, they said the spokesperson for ruling party, that's ZPF, that's Honorable Christopher, Ambassador Christopher Mtangwa. He also said something about Kwasi Tagwirei, that you actually cannot buy all prophecies, with money. How are you going? If you want to be elected in Central Committee, if you want to be elected in ZPF, what you need to do, you must make sure you have a strong grassroots support so that you can rise up there. But use reaching out to us is that despite all those, allegations, all those stories, all those people saying what they were saying about Tagwirei, he has been given the opportunity to be in Central Committee with other guys from other provinces, but he being the top guy to be recently awarded with a spot in the Central Committee. So this is quite amazing, guys. And if you are from Zimbabwe, I think you really understand. If you are into politics, if you follow Zimbabwean politics, if you follow Zimbabwean power matrix, I think this picture serves a lot. It serves a big message. It sends a big message to you if you're a politician. If you really enjoy politics in Zimbabwe, if you follow politics, I think you can actually tell something here, that even though it worries even the opposition more, because the opposition people in Zimbabwe, a lot of them are opposition, but they don't have the capacity to dislodge such kind of unity. Look at that picture. Look at that conversation. One picture can actually tell a story. I remember at school, we were given just one picture, and asked to write an essay. They just like even a flag. You are told write something about Zimbabwe after just giving a flag. So yeah, things are happening in ZANU-PF. The ruling party, they are there to stay, and the absence of opposition political parties which are actually strong, which can challenge such, it means 2028 ZANU-PF will also come back into power. We are just there to analyze. We are not partisan. We don't belong to any party. But what we just do, we give people what will be happening. Thank you, Maria Scholar, for joining us. We really appreciate you. Thank you very much. We really appreciate you. Thank you for supporting updates. Thank you for supporting world trending updates and news. We are just here to analyze how do you see that picture there. You can actually tell. You can actually tell that these guys, they are solid. This picture was taken at a function that was held yesterday on the Defense Forces Day in Rufaro Stadium, where Honorable Scott Sakwaya, the owner of Scotland Football Club, is also the Honorable Member of Parliament for Mavuku. He is also very much active in gold dealings in Zimbabwe. That's Honorable Scott Sakwaya, one of the richest guys at the moment, trending with cash. There were serious allegations about him, his company recently. They were saying he buys, he's the only one with this license of buying gold from individuals. So whenever you want to sell or you sell through him, you can't just sell gold outside the country of Zimbabwe without him, his company. But these allegations, they came through Blessed Geza, one of the firebrand politicians who rose to stardom this year after accusing the government of Zimbabwe for a lot, including high corruption levels. That was Blessed Bob Shaw Geza. But ever since, Geza has been very quiet. He failed, after 31 March, 31 March, it was announced that Blessed Geza, he announced the stay away, he announced a lot, but he announced even these guys on the picture we are currently talking about. He actually announced everyone who he said is involved in corruption in Zimbabwe. But up to date, nothing has really materialized from what Blessed Geza was saying. But we can actually see these guys, they are actually together. They are seen in public, in government and national events, meaning to say they are very much okay and they are actually enjoying life in politics and in business at large. Even recently, Dr. Kunakwasha Tagwirei was seen the head of state, President Emerson Mnangagwa, at Royal Golf Club, playing golf together. They seem to be getting along very well, quite well. And I don't really understand, people, they come up with reports that in ZANU-PF is infighting, in ZANU-PF they're actually pushing each other out. But the leadership, every time they appear on national events, they'll be very much united. You can actually tell that the opposite of what the reports will be coming, people will be saying this, people will be saying that. There is a united front in most cases, even if the president of late has been going outside the country on several occasions recently, and you actually tell and see that whenever President Emerson Mnangagwa goes out of the country of Zimbabwe, he leaves his second in charge, that's Comrade, the retired VP Chiwenga, or either a retired Kembo Mohadi in charge. But you hear a lot of stories like they are fighting each other, they can't see each other eye to eye. But pictures, actually, when they are at the airport there, you can actually see they are okay. When they are welcoming each other, you can actually see again they are very much okay. So politics in Zimbabwe is becoming very, very toxic. And it's very difficult to see who exactly to trust. Because these guys, they just say what they want people to hear. But at the end of the day, ZANU-PF is still in charge. Good afternoon, wherever you are. I hope I find you well. This is S2C Africa representing World Trending Updates and News. We are coming to you with trending updates. We always come with issues that might as well of interest to you if you're a politician, if you're a businessman, if you're a sports person, if you're in entertainment. We always come and give you what we think is currently trending and it might be of use to you. So we really appreciate guys for your support. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, we really appreciate you guys. Just subscribe so that whenever we come up with this kind of issues, you are the first one right, and you as well contribute in terms of ideas, because these platforms are very important. In the long run, you will understand one day that when you really need information, one day or the other, you need this kind of platforms. So it's very important that you make sure you subscribe. And that what we are trying to say here is that Honorable Scott Saukaya, he has been doing quite well with his football club, the Scotland Football Club in Zimbabwe, one of the most decorated, well-run club at the moment. Recently, they acquired the services of former Warriors captain Knowledge Msona. He is now playing for Scotland Football Club. You also welcome back Zukamanja Terence from South African Premiership Passport. Together with Kama Billiard, he is playing there. Big names actually are playing at his club in Scotland, meaning to say he's paying more and he's paying a lot. He has assembled quite a very strong team together with his management, led by his technical team led by Tagwirei, Stans and Diraya, and they are doing quite well. So we don't know, as we are speaking right now, that if they manage to win the league, that's Scotland, they will be playing in the Champions League in the African Safari. Thank you very much, guys. This is good afternoon, wherever you are. Where are you joining us from? This is World Trending Updates and News. We really enjoy, guys. It's quite interesting to have people like you on the platform. We really appreciate you. Thank you, Liana. Liana OG, how are you? I see you. I see you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. I see you in the comment section. Thank you very much, Liana, for joining us. I hope I find you wherever you are. Thank you for joining. This is World Trending Updates and News, where we always make sure we give you what will be trending in the world of politics, in the world of sport. And Zimbabwe is one country that is very it's quite interesting, because this is where almost a lot of our subscribers came from. They come from Zimbabwe. So we always come up with this kind of news so that you as well stay connected and also in touch with what will be happening. So on the picture there, we have been discussing about the Honorable Scott Saukaya, Dr. Tagwirei, and the son to the President of Republic of Zimbabwe. That's President, His Excellency President Emerson Mnangagwa. That's Collins. They were seen together, exchanging words, a deep conversation, brotherhood conversation, business conversation. You can call it what you want, but you can't kneel in front of just a nobody. Because this one, remember, he's son to the head of state. So kneeling in front of businessmen, Elder Tagwirei, that's a sign that this one is also a big man in his own right. So I really appreciate, guys, if we can also analyze this. As you can see, this is one of the amazing pictures of the day, which was caught yesterday at Rufaro Stadium. I hope I find you well wherever you are. This is S2C Africa representing World Trending Updates and News. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't subscribed, guys, just link in the comment section. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That subscription button, just press. What can you say? Honorable Scott Saukaya, one of the richest guys at the moment in Zimbabwe, doing things. Have you ever seen the way he's spending at his club, Scotland Football Club? You can actually tell This guy is doing quite well. Even in his constitutions in Mavugo there, he has been building a very big sporting center there so that his team, Scotland, will be best in Mavugo. That's Honorable Scott Sapwaya for you. Also, Dr. Kudakwashe Tagwirei has been making waves of late, running around, campaigning, doing all sorts of things, trying to engage people, putting himself, selling himself to the people. We haven't known yet what's the plan, but according to the sources around, it is said that is one particular person who is actually positioning himself for the future leader of the Republic of Zimbabwe. So is it all that he needs just to be in Central Committee? Does that qualify him to become the next leader of the Republic of Zimbabwe? Remember, President Emerson Mnangagwa's term is ending in the next few years. That's 2028, his second term. According to the Constitution of Zimbabwe, it's a two-term. Even though people were calling 2030, D2030, but his head of state clearly states that he is a constitutionalist and is definitely stepping down after his second term. So who is going to take over? According to Christopher Mchagwa, that's ambassador, the chief spokesperson of ZANU-PF, he said, in ZANU-PF, for you to become the leader, people must vote you in power. You mustn't think if you are popular, if you are rich, you become the next president. He has been of late seen clearly refusing to acknowledge that the second in charge, that's VP Chiwenga, who is also likely to run away with this powerful position in the next few years, he has actually said he can't get there. Haban Liken, how are you? Haban Liken, how are you? I see you. Thank you very much for joining you. Thank you for joining. If you subscribed, I think you have subscribed. I thank you. I really want to thank you for your support, joining us on the show as we are discussing the picture which is there on your platform. You can actually tell that these guys, that's Honorable Scott Sakukaya, that's Dr. Kudakwashe Tagwirei, and the son to His Excellent President Emerson Mnangagwa, that's Collins Mnangagwa. You can actually see that these guys, they are saying their relationship is beyond camera there. It's a situation whereby they're just actually maybe confirming, how are you, how was your day, something like that. But these guys behind the scene, it's a clear sign that they work together on a daily basis. So ZANU-PF has been in power since 1980, and every year as it passes, a lot of people have passed away because of age, but it has remained very strong. And for outsiders to dislodge ZANU-PF is something that is quite difficult, because it has come a very long way. It has come a very long way. ZANU-PF has come a very long way. But as we are speaking right now, Honorable Scott Sapwanya is one of the most popular guys at the moment, doing a lot in terms of sport. He ran a very powerful club recently, which acquired the former Warriors captain, Nonjim Sona. That's a Scotland Football Club. And he is there. He's doing quite well with the club, well financed. And the team has been doing quite well in the Premier League, second on the log. And Dr. Kudakwashe Tagwirei has been running the company, and that's his company is called Sakunda Holding. Sakunda has been involved also in football for some time in sport in Zimbabwe. He has been sponsoring Highlanders, he's been sponsoring Dynamos. That's Sakunda Holdings for you. So they have been doing quite well as well, and in mining as well. These guys have been all over doing business in mining, and we are still to see if things will work out for them. But according to the rumors, it is said now Dr. Kudakwashe Tagwirei is now in the Central Committee, even though Ambassador Christopher Mchagba 3 weeks ago was seen at the Harare, ZANU-PF Harare HQ, saying there's no way that Kudakwashe Tagwirei is going to find his way in the party. There are measures. There was also reports that he was kicked out of the Central Committee before that press conference by Ambassador Christopher Mchagba. But a few weeks later, he was seen with His Excellency, that's President Emerson Mnangagwa. They were actually playing together, laughing in front of everyone. You know, they were playing golf at Royal Harare Royal Club, and that's a very big sign, clear sign that Kudakwashe Tagwirei is not far from pecking, the pecking order. He might be the next in line to rule the country of Zimbabwe. Now we don't know if it is going to be possible with other war veterans, because for you to be in charge of ZANU-PF, you need to have something like history. That's another situation which provoked the likes of Geza, that you cannot just walk up and say you are the leader without going to war. He actually mentioned some serious allegations that His Excellency was a nationalist, President Robert Mugabe was a nationalist, and now they want someone who is also not a nationalist, but who actually went to war, and his preferred candidate, according to Geza, was General Chiwenga. So now Kudakwashe Tagwirei coming in the picture. I don't know if the war veterans will allow him to take over as ZANU-PF new political leader. That is like what they say, time tells everything. Time will actually tell us everything. So we really want to see if this will happen during our lifetime. Cadence, how are you? I see you. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. We really appreciate you come live. We are there. And wherever you're joining us from, we really appreciate you for taking your time to come to our channel as we are here. This is the platform where we just share what will be happening, be it politics, be it business, be it arts, entertainment, culture. We come with what will be trending, and we are here to share this with you guys. We really love you. We care about you. This is the reason why we chose this platform, World Trending Updates and News. And Zimbabwe is one particular country. We always make sure we give you what will be happening, because we have a lot of followers, a lot of subscribers who come from Zimbabwe. So we really appreciate you guys for whatever you're doing and whatever the support that you have been giving us. But of interest is the Kudakwashe Tagwirei and Scot. The guys have been blazing, in Zimbabwe's political landscape and business, of late, begging the president himself, President Emerson Mnangagwa. But within the ZANU-PF, because of these guys, we might say, so Honorable Scot Kudakwashe Tagwirei, and Wicknell Chivayo, they've been, these guys have been all over. And a lot has been said, because these guys, they are actually making money, big monies. And remember, Ambassador Christopher Trump actually said, people who have all this money, there is no way that they were going to make all this money without ZANU-PF involved. He was referring to these big guys that everyone who is making money, it is because of ZANU-PF. That was according to Ambassador Christopher Mchagba. So as you fail to understand that the spokesperson of ZANU-PF, he comes, he calls a presser in the HQ there, he attacks everyone with ambitions and something like that. And then the next thing you see them together, shaking hands, playing golf together. Tomorrow he's saying, so politics, especially in Zimbabwe, in terms of power matrix, in the corridor of powers, is very, 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 very complicated there. I want to tell you, this is the reason why you have seen our opposition leaders in Zimbabwe, they failed to stand against ZANU-PF, because The tactical changes of ZANU-PF is unmatchable, and they do when they want, they change when they want. So it is very, very difficult to work with this kind of people. Hello, hello, wherever you are joining us from. We really appreciate your time. We really appreciate you guys for joining us. And what can you say about that? What can you say about that? I hope you really enjoy this. So Zimbabwe is one of the most amazing countries, and it has been in the hands of ZANU-PF since 1980, much to the frustration of a lot of young people and other people at large. But despite that, people, they always commemorate independence, heroes, defense forces. They make sure these heroes who died for their country during the liberation war, they have time to celebrate and remember them. But a lot of people have been seen castigating the ruling party. So we don't know if the next generation will be able to sustain, the country again, because there are certain individuals who have been seen. Uh, so see, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Always remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. It's bye bye for now.